let's make some stir fry. So I'm going to start with some cebada, which is barley, which I cooked with a little turmeric. And I'm going to use a tiny bit of coconut oil. My oyster knife that I use for everything. It was my husband's, and when my husband died kind of suddenly, I decided I wanted to get out of San Francisco. So I sold our house and I moved to Costa Rica, and I took a couple of his things, and this is one of them, and this is another one, but mostly I had his corkscrew that's in the shape of a fish. I don't have that much of his stuff because I couldn't bring that much stuff with me. But whenever I do use the things that were his, it makes me think of him. It makes me happy.
Can we see the wine opener?
Sure. This was Jim's wine opener. Look. Looks like a fish because he was a marine biologist. He liked fish.
I love it.
And also he taught me, whenever you use a knife, wipe it dry and hang it up immediately. If I ever used a knife and didn't dry it immediately, oh, he wouldn't be happy. So, first thing we're going to do is take some peppers and onions that I pre-chopped because that's a nerdy kind of girl I am. Put them in the coconut oil. We got time to heat down. And where are my chopsticks? There they are. This is my little kitchen. I have a really big kitchen in the main house, but I let the guests use that one. I have a bed and breakfast here with 4 bedrooms that I rent out, and then this one is my kitchen for only vegan stuff. So there's all the peppers and onions that I pre-cut, and I'm going to quickly cut up this big portobello with one of Jim's knives. He had a heart attack like 4 days after we got back from our European trip. It was like a honeymoon because we'd never really traveled much before, even though we'd been together for 10 years. And he had a heart attack and died really suddenly. So I just packed up everything and said, I'm going to Costa Rica. I didn't know I was going to stay here forever. And who knows what forever is, but for now I'm here. And I like it. I'm happy. Me and my 3 dogs have a good life. We do a lot of hiking. Usually we do between 5 and 10K a day in the mountains. Not so much when it's pouring rain because it's not so much fun. But we do it when we can. And they're in very good shape, as am I. So, lucky us. Alright. So usually when I make some fried rice, or in this case barley, I'll just use whatever vegetables I have on hand. But I don't have that much on hand today, so I'm just going to go with the onions and peppers and mushrooms. I might add a little bit of culantro. Oh, I know what I have a lot of is garlic. Put my garlic once a week in my food processor and pop it in a jar with a little bit of olive oil, and always ready for use. Pretty quick, especially if you have a housekeeper, because I tell her to do it. That's very quick. Oh man. Anyway, so you stir the stuff till it's just about done, and then you take your cebada. You toss it in there as much as you want to use. I'm not going to use it all because it's only me and I'm not that big an eater. And I've already got the goma eye and the hearts of palm. And I have a big salad with quinoa. So yeah, I'm not going to add all this. Dry off your knife, bring it back up. And let's give it some toss. And then we start to add some spices and a little cilantro. Already washed. If you don't like cilantro, some people have this weird gene that makes them think it tastes like soap. I don't understand it, but I've heard it a bunch of times. So, whatever, that's how you feel, don't use the cilantro. I'll add a little bit of scallions. If I hadn't already added a bunch of onion, I would add some of the other end too, but this is just for flavor. Again, Bella. She's hungry, huh? You hungry, baby? I just gave you meat. What's your problem? Okay, this is just about ready. And then I'm going to spice it up with a little salt. Pinch salt. Pinch of pepper. And I'm going to add some Italian. Not Italian. Some mushroom seasoning. And a pinch of, they sell this as La Bomba, which means the bomb. And it's just a mix of spices, and everyone's is different. It usually has a little achiote in it, which just makes it turn a little red. And we're good to go. And that's it. Fried cebolla, or fried barley. It's ready to eat. And it looks pretty. It's got a lot of green in it from the spring onions, a lot of mushrooms, a lot of cilantro, or they call it cilantro here, and they call it cilantro in the States, so you call it whatever you want.